Okay, let me tell you, it's because it's not favoring the North. That's why they came out on the streets of Abuja chanting anti-Wike. See, let me tell you, North has been on the receiving side advantageously since inception of this country. There are rules and regulations of the land, region, country called Nigeria. Everything is in favor of North because of what? Quota system. They don't go to school. That's why they build quota system in Nigeria. So they will be benefiting from where they shouldn't. Not to chop up their mouth. Wike is doing the real work. Listen, Wike demolished many houses that belong to the Igbo. How many times did we go on the street of Lagos, Rivers, on the street of Onitsha, Asokoro protesting against Wike? Not to chop up their mouth. When El-Rufai was Minister of FCT, he demolished many buildings that belongs to Yoruba, that belongs to Igbo, that belongs to Hausa. Who rented? We neither rented nor shouted. El-Rufai, 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 Ebuelai, El-Rufai, Otikbayo, Okpaho. This time around now, Wike is doing the needful. So the Fulani hegemonies, they should go and chop up their mouth. They think that the world is a bed of roses. See, Nigeria, you see, does not belong to Fulani. Where Fulani is settled today, their host is Hausa. Fulani should go and shut up their mouth. Wike is supposed to revoke more mosque, more land, buildings. Mass demolition must be demolished. Why must they be just differentiating themselves from the law, rules and regulation? Rules and regulation are meant to be what? Obeyed, applied. Something is wrong with their mentality over there in the North. They think that they are special person. The special persons in Nigeria are supposed to be the Southerners. From where the resources we are using to build this country are coming from. We are special people. Not to go and sit down, especially the Fulanis. What are you saying? We can demolish houses that belong to Yoruba man, houses that belong to Igbo. When they demolish outside houses, they will start ranting because they don't go to school and they don't follow law. All they know is Sharia law, Islamic ideology, and Arabic whatever. Wike, from that angle, Wike is not troubling Tinubu anything. Wike is doing the job that Tinubu sent him to do. If Hausa Fulani man think they are so special, in Nigeria, very soon they will receive serious knocks, legal knocks that befit them. Wike is doing the needful. See, because this system does not favor them again, every mango tree, every dogoyaro tree in the North is a secretariat from where they receive ghost workers' salary every month. It's not coming to them again. That's why they are shouting to Tinubu, Wike. Oga, I was born in Nigeria, bred in Nigeria. Do you know that? I know our system. All those legacies, all those loots, all those money they are sharing during Buhari regime are not coming to them again. When you just look at their mental reasoning, their mental ability, they are too weak. They don't know even how to play to the gallery, how to play smart. They are too exposing themselves, their foolishness and hypocrisy. Oga, Hausa Fulani hypocrites have been detected many years ago. Not to people, they can never mess people like us. I hold their data, their attributes, their features, their characteristics, their ways of life are on my hands. Wike is doing the needful. Tinubu sent Wike to do that job. Wike is working. Hausa's building, mosque have been demolished. Hausa is shouting. Igbo estate mogul, over 25 buildings within the enclosure of that estate were demolished by federal capital territory. Naibo man, Naibo, the man did not shout because Wike demolished mosque, revoked some land use, where the Hausa Fulanis had their properties in the North. Now Wike, Tinubu is not getting it right. Blah, 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 blah. They should close their mouth for once. They are nuisance. People that are parasites, feeding on our blood in Nigeria. They should close their mouth.
Do you remember when Wike said that they will ban open grazing, cows moving around in the capital. Just yesterday, Wike has declared a war against
Cows.
children begging on the street.
Yes.
Just yesterday,
Thank
Wike
you.
has announced that there is a war against children begging on, and the Alimanjiri scholars are saying that that is their part of their tradition.
Okay, I don't think it is allowed in our society, in a secular society, in an advanced society, in an advanced society like Nigeria, ours. We shouldn't allow begging. Begging for what? It has to do with Islamic ideology. Begging for what? Has something to do with people that have, sold themselves, their souls to religion bigotry. It is not allowed to be poor. You work hard, you don't have to be poor. If Wike is declaring war against Almajiris on the street of Abuja, he is right. Federal government should fund him. They should support him. We don't need beggars on the street of Abuja. The beggars on the street of Lagos is getting out of control. You can see everywhere on the street of Lagos, they are there begging, pulling you on your trousers, on your clothes. Who are these children? Almajiris. Why giving birth when you could not take care of them, at least up to minimal level of education? And why are people breeding children as if they are littering pigs, female pigs? What are you saying? Almajiris should be banned in Lagos, Federal Capital Territory, Kano, Anambra, River State, anywhere. We don't incorporate, we don't endorse poverty, abject poverty in the society. One thing is for sure, Nigeria must bring a mark out huge fund and put in place an enclosure where all these beggars should be kept, fed, taken care of. That's it. But allowing Almajiris, mosque and the buildings located in the wrong structures, positions in the Federal Capital Territory, I think it should not be advisable. There's no way we could market such and incorporate it into our political system. Every nationality in Nigeria have their own tradition and culture. If begging is part of their life there, they should curtail them from coming to the southern Nigeria, because they are discrediting this land with shame and the scandal. Yes.
They are everywhere now.
They're everywhere now, but Lagos State work hard on them. They're everywhere now, but Anambra State government and other states in the southern east are doing much work to make sure that they curtail their movement in the southeastern Nigeria. What do you mean? Begging. Corporate beggars. Begging motherless children, using children to acquire money, to acquire wealth. It is uncalled for. They are abusing those children. They should send all of them to what? The court, competent court of jurisdiction, to try the people that orchestrate, support child abuse in the northern Nigeria. Child begging, you just imagine that kind of life. In this part of our world, the Hausas, the Fulanis, they are dragging us backward. We have gone beyond that. Our society is advancing and advancing on the daily basis. What I say, look at children begging money everywhere, pulling people on the clock. Look at them circling there. Look at them under the umbrella there. We shouldn't involve this kind of thing in our society today. We've been advancing and advancing in technology and science. So we should curtail anything that will make Nigeria look like an archaic country. It is wrong. Very, very wrong.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
After independence, that mindset that the South is likely to dominate them remained. And the North was always at every slightest chance, reminding the South that we did not intend to be one country with you because we are suspecting your domination. But the 1966 military coup, pure military coup, has nothing to do with ethnicity or anything, even though people who organized it were predominantly from one ethnic group. But that reinforced the belief by the North that these people, we said it, they want to dominate us. And then they carried out a revenge coup in 1966 July, which was meant actually to separate from Nigeria, not to keep Nigeria one. But the Britain also reminded them that the resources are in the East. So if you leave Nigeria, we are going to support the East. So you better run now that you have acquired power to maintain Nigeria as one. And that made them to have a rethink. And by that time, a lot of Igbos, for instance, have been killed during the pogrom, during the massacre. So there was an entrenched suspicion between the ethnic groups. And this led them to go to Aburi for a conference, and they reached agreement. And it was still Gowon who came back and reneged on the agreement, which inevitably led to the bitter war. And after the war, Gowon declared again, no victor, no vanquished, and promised to reconcile, rehabilitate, and reconstruct the Southeast, which he failed again to do. So all the available opportunities for him to make Nigeria one and consolidate that unity, he was not able to do. But let us make one point clear, that after a while, when he himself was thrown away by some of those his colleagues, that was when maybe he recognized that what happened in 1966 was a military coup and not any ethnic coup, because he himself was thrown away by the same military people. I wonder which terminology we use to describe the ones who threw him away. But one thing is clear. After that, it looks as if he went into theology, had a rebirth, and he came back and genuinely went through our Southeast apologizing and asking for forgiveness for his role in the Civil War. And we know that though the Southeast has been marginalized and ill-treated in that war, which was not caused by them, we know that Gowon has tried to make certain types of penance. We should forgive each other because hostilities need not last forever. So I can submit respectfully that ethnic chauvinism, the youthful exuberance of the military young chaps that took over government, who were actually very impressionable at that age, their inability to manage the crisis contributed in the disunity that resulted in the Civil War. We must learn to forget and to forgive so that we will move ahead as one united Nigeria. I remember what Ojukwu said when he came back from exile. He said, we had fought one civil war. We don't need to fight another one. That he is going to go to war to fight if Nigeria is ever threatened again. And I stand by that. Nigeria being the hope of the black man, Nigeria being the hope of Africa, Nigeria being blessed, and in our enlightened self-interest, the capabilities and blessings of Nigeria will be better harnessed if we come together, live together under one united Nigeria. Nigeria based on equity, unity, peace, and justice. Nigeria will achieve its aims. I support the opinion that we should move ahead now as one united Nigeria, and I'm willing to fight if Nigeria is threatened. Let me point out that presently in Nigeria, what is causing disunity is no longer ethnic chauvinism and religious fanaticism. It is now the incompetence and corruption of the leaders of Nigeria that have inflicted hunger, hardship, degradation, deprivation on the citizens, making them too poor. And when you're poor, even to adhere to theology is very difficult because there's no reception to theology when a man is hungry. An angry man is a hungry man. A hungry man is an angry man and is easily irritated no matter what. So the threats to our unity today is poverty, which is orchestrated by the incompetence and corruption of the ruling class. World Bank report just gave a report that more than 129 million Nigerians are poor. And fuel price is now 1,200 naira per liter, unsustainable. And naira has been depreciated to the point that you have 1,700 and something naira per dollar. And you can see electricity. In 1 week, we have celebrated more than 3 national grid collapse. And some people are still